So I'm going to adjust all my columns. I'll adjust them to the length of column B. Okay, that one's a little short, but that has a lot of information in it, so we're just going to let that be. Or I might make it a little bigger. Yeah, we're good. Okay, now let's go ahead and for the title, these are the names of the variables. So let's bold that column. So I'll bold that. I like all my data centered. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to center my data. I think it looks nice. I'm going to make this one a little bigger. Okay. Now I'm going to add some color. So I'll select all of those and I'm going to add maybe a light green. And then for the border where the variable names are, I'll make that a little bit two-toned. So there we go. Now when you have a lot of data, I'm going to select my columns. I want to see some grid lines. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to add all my borders, add all the borders. But this row that has the variable names is special. So I'm going to add a thick border there. Okay. Let me see. Now, something that I've learned people like is from here on, there's nothing. So I'm just going to go out a ways and I'm going to make it like a gray. See how that just sort of makes the data pop if you were to show it to somebody? And then same thing down here. I will start here and I'm just going to make that gray. Okay, now down here, I don't want any grid lines. There we go. Let me outline the whole thing and put a thick border around the whole thing. All right, there we go. You'll notice that we have 1001 rows. You'll just get accustomed to it in Excel. Row 1 is the header, and so there are 1,000 rows of data. Let's see. Now, something that I might like to do is when I scroll, I lose the header. I want to keep the header. And so I'm going to go to, let's see, let's go to the, let's see. I don't remember this. I always just trial and error here, trial and error it. We'll go to the View tab and freeze is what I'm looking for. So if you had a header in the first row and also labels in the first column, you would use this. But we just want to freeze the top. So I'll click that, and now the top is frozen. And so if I scroll down, we keep the top column, the top row, which is very nice. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's add a column. Let's go to, let's go to column M. I'll click on M, and then I'm going to right-click, insert a column. Okay, so we're going to name this sterilize. If you go to the data dictionary and look at what in.intact and out.intact means, in.intact, it's 1 if the pet is able to have offspring and 0 if it's not. So when it enters, and out means when it leaves the shelter, 1 if you're able to have an offspring and 0 if you're not. So there's a very good chance that if they enter with a 1, they're going to exit with a 0. They're never going to enter with a 0 and then exit with a 1 because if you're not able to have offspring when you enter, you're not going to later. But let's go back to the data. Okay, so are they sterilized, meaning when they leave, let me define this as a insert. I'll define this as an equal to the in dot intact minus the out dot intact. So if this is a 1 and this is a 0, that means that they were sterilized. If they're both zeros, then, well, they already were sterilized. And if they were both 1s, then they did not get sterilized. So we have that formula, and to make a formula in Excel, let me undo that. You hit the equal sign, and then we're going to click that minus that. Now, I want that to happen in every cell. So I can go here, I could copy and paste, or you can take this little corner here and drag it down. So see here, it says K2 minus L2. And then if I click here, it's K3 minus L3. So it automatically adjusts. So I'm going to grab this, and we're going to drag that down for the entire data set. And so we have a whole bunch of zeros and 1s. Next, I think we'll do the next 2 columns in another video.